Hello, my name is Alan. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm facilitating the next in a series of Star Wars using Mongoose Traveller Second Edition as adjusted by the free hack Citizen, which is available if you search Citizen on the internet. This game is organised as part of the Open Hearth gaming community. If you don't know about the Open Hearth, then please do look us up, come visit, because there's no way I'd be playing with all these players if it wasn't for the Open Hearth. Um, uh, and we're playing with safety tools, which the players know about. And if you want to know more about those, go back to an earlier session. And we're playing within the community's code of conduct, which we think is a pretty robust document that makes sure that we can play online, even with people we don't know, really safely and securely. So I think that's all I want to say as an opener. I think I probably want a previously on. And I think I want to start. Stephen, can you do a previously on related to your investigations that led to the heist that you are currently embarked upon?
Yes. It's we zoom in, we see like over a screen, over a little holo projector, we're like, um, hey, I think I found the information we need. It's being hidden down here. Nobody will go down there. Um, should be easy to get in and out. There's only a couple of guards.
Um, Lowell, do you want to give me something to do with Keel, either in the kind of groundwork beforehand, or within the as you're making your way further into uh,
I
the
think it's, don't worry, guys. I scouted this out. I know exactly how we're going in. I've got this planned out. We're going to make our way in. I am on it. And then me do, and like kicking a space can and the lights coming down and cheese it. And us running for the doors.
And of course, there are these enormous, great slab-like concrete pillars that you're running between. And then, Rich, do you want to give me something to do with Oryx and a Death Trooper?
I was looking for Cody's reaction to the words death and trooper. Yeah, I think what we see is Oryx uh carving, if I remember. Yeah, carving up the doors and a death trooper all in shadow except for the eyes appearing and us firing with Nivea. It was Keo. No, it was Nivea. Nivea tossing in an ion grenade and all these explosions back and forth. And we cut forward to a moment where Nivea and Keel have moved ahead. I mostly just want to point out that Oryx is a dumbass. Nivea and Keel moving ahead and Oryx hanging back with a vibro knife going, this will be a great trophy, and trying to cut off the Death Trooper's head, and then other Death Troopers showing up and Oryx not being there to cover their butts. Yeah.
Exactly. And so I think we open in the immediate aftermath of that. So, you know, there are smoking panels, there are scorch marks on the wall, there are they're dead Death Troopers, decommissioned Death Troopers, two of them in that kind of central control room. Keel is lying on the ground. Nivea is not great. Oryx is not great. And that's when I think, Bilga, we hear you come through on the crew comms saying something like, hey guys, I'm at the ship. You on your way back?
Yeah, yeah. Hey, I'm at the twist. Where you guys at?
Who replies and in what way?
Who's able to reply? My God.
Oryx is in the best shape, so yeah, might be a bit before we get back. Uh, hey, make sure we got lots of Bacta ready. Yeah.
Uh, do we somebody keeping that here somewhere? I can. Do you need me to pick you up?
Yeah.
Where are you at?
Uh, and where's Tony, like stops. Okay. You don't think this is a listening on com, do you?
I don't think it matters because they already know we're here.
Hmm. Yeah, we could use a pickup.
All right, all right. I'll get the twist going. I'll come in hot.
Yeah, just check the file on the ship computer that is marked uh, Imperial Data Center Heist 1, and it'll pull up all the details you need.
Good
But
thing we keep that on our computers.
it is. Um, but I suppose the concern I've got is for the crew could somehow get out of the building to where you're going to be with the ship. I mean, that's the challenge, I think. So Keel, you are not in a good condition. I think the way that this is described in the rules is something like um, unconscious until a successful con check. Uh, and oh, if con, strength, and agility are all 0, you are at risk of death unless someone steps up. So I'm looking at Nivea or Oryx to step up.
What does step up entail?
It could
I'll step
involve
however. I just want to see who steps up better.
it could involve the medicine skill, um, probably wisdom, or maybe conceivably control, um, and or some kind of med pack, stim pack
Okay.
gear.
I think so. If I remember at the end of last session, Oryx had tossed Keel over his shoulder, right? And we were booking out. And I think, if I'm correct, I think I have a med pack.
You
But no
do,
med
I
and
skill.
also have a med
Yes.
pack. I have
Well,
medicine though.
yeah,
I
I
don't
was going to
think you
say,
do.
as we're running, you're running with them with Keel, and I think we get up a level or two, so we're out of where we've seen the Death Troopers. And I'm like, okay, we need to stop for a second. I'll hand you my med pack for you to do whatever you
Yeah,
need to do because you have more
yeah, I
combat.
got it. Just got it.
I
Do
mean
patch like this all the time.
the interesting thing is that the person with medicine skill is at the other end of a comlink.
What I got medicine. I've
You've got
got
medicine
patched this
0, so
before.
that yeah. No, sorry, I'd forgotten you had medicine 0. I take it back. I was trying to avoid
It's
a
all good.
minus
He's better.
3.
He's better at it than I am.
Okay, so medicine, we're rolling plus 0 for the skill. Would you choose savvy or control? I think I know the
Uh,
answer to that.
savvy.
Yeah, or
I,
even wisdom.
savvy.
Okay. So acting under pressure, trying to get this right, trying to remember stuff, thinking about what you can stuff into what holes. So that is plus 0 across the piece.
Well,
But then
you're using the medic's stim pack, which is a +4 DM to first aid. Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm rolling with a 4 total mod. Here we go. That's an 11.
Look at that. So what the medic stim pack does is it loses the effects after 10 minutes. But that healing, let me just check out the healing bits of this. First aid with a med kit or similar. Oh, it should have been with Savvy, never mind. Effect equals physical points recovered. So 8 was the target, 11 was delivered. That is plus 3. So 3 is returned to Keel's statistics. Where do you want to put him, Keel?
Well, let's go a point in control, a point in agility, and a point in strength.
Right.
So
Um,
they all go to 1.
Okay, so if there are still 3 damage characteristics after first aid, you may want to consider whether you want to bring any one of those up to full, because that would avoid the need for surgery.
Oh boy. Okay, yeah. I guess in that case, I will put all 3 of those points into control,
Okay,
because
okay,
that will be up to full then.
fine. And that means that you will not need surgery shortly. But then cut to Bilga. Bilga, you are, what do we see as you are aiming to get there within the 10 minutes it needs to get Keel some medical attention on the ship?
Yeah, Bilga's He's running to the cockpit. He's flipping a bunch of switches. He's kind of like pauses, like this one, hits them both. Um, what Bilga's been doing off screen, he's upgraded the drive, so we have +1 free thrust. So I think I'm cooking a little faster, and it's a fresh drive. So I press that button, and it just
Yeah.
takes right off. Landing gears are still hanging out, and I'm just flying straight ahead.
Okay, okay. Um, um, the difficulty is going to be that I think Bilga, we'll hear you just picking up what amounts to the police band on Travnin,
Mm-hmm.
which is Unit 83. We need heavy weapon support at the Imperial Depot. The building has been breached. Initial perimeter is secure. Um, bring everything you got. So I guess, Bilga, what I'm curious about is where are you going to tell the rest of the crew to go?
Where do I know that they are currently?
Okay, there is this on what was an old Imperial Fleet base. I mean, acres of
Okay.
derelict Star Destroyers being hammered apart. But there is the old administration building, the Imperial administration building on the edge of that. They're in there. Um, you know that they were on sublevel 3.
Sub level 3, right?
You know that the ground level will now have a perimeter with presumably New Republic troops pointing their guns at the obvious exit. Um, there are 8 floors above the ground, this great black concrete brutalist imperialist building.
Okay. Um I think I want to. Oh man, this is tough. I in my mind, what I want to do is I want to try and send. I want to get on the comm and the scanner that I was picking up, the police scanner. I wanted to give them false information. I wanted to say
Oh,
there's another team over here to try and get them distracted before I message our team. But I don't know based off what I'm hearing if that's a viable approach.
I think that might be able to cut down on the arrival of reinforcements, the timeline for that.
Okay.
But the question is, do you want them to come out the way they came in, or I don't know, do you want them to head to the roof? I don't
Yeah.
know.
You know what? You're sub level 3. Okay. So yeah, I get in the comments like, boys, I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need you to get up to the roof. I don't think I can bring this thing down. It's gonna be a little too hot. Can you guys get into a lift?
Yeah, we got it.
Okay,
All right.
so Keel still being helped, I guess, by
I'll
the
fireman carry him
oh
if need
well,
be.
I mean, is Keel happy to be fireman carried, or does he want to just be kind of
I have zero strength and zero agility. Carry me like a baby in a papoose. I don't care
I
right
think
now.
I see the pair of you, one under each shoulder, as you limp
Yeah,
yourselves
like
um,
that.
towards the elevator, the spinal elevator that went down and presumably can go all the way up. Um, who wants to, who hits? What do we see? What do we see? What do we see? Make it dramatic for me.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we drag Keel basically into the lift and start hitting the buttons to go as high as we can. And um, I think that the lift starts to move, then jerks a little bit, and then moves a little bit more and jerks. Um, so I'm not sure we're gonna get there.
Okay, so anyone got any mechanics or engineering or anything like that might be applicable?
I have
I'm
one
pretty.
mechanics.
I got. I got two. I'm usually messing around with stuff.
Okay. We mustn't forget your jack of all trades, which means that you're at -2 with other stuff rather than -3. But
Yeah.
um, so mechanics too. Okay. So Oryx, do you? I'm seeing you taking a panel off and trying to work out what's wrong with this
Yeah.
lift. Yeah.
I don't think we ever saw an elevator. I don't remember ever having seen an elevator in Star Wars until Andor, and that elevator is in bad shape. So it's the thing where it kind of shudders as we go, and the light flickers out of sequence with it. So yeah, he just pries open. Maybe takes his vibro dagger that he used to pop the Death Trooper's head off. He puts the Death Trooper head down, right? Pops off the panel, and then sits on the Death Trooper helmet and starts working at the wires as quickly as he
Okay.
can.
Okay, I think I'm looking here at control or wisdom.
Gosh, I think I will take wisdom. Thank you very much.
Oh gosh,
That
yeah,
is,
it's -3 or -1. Gee whizzery. Okay,
I'm
so
not good at anything.
it's
Ugh.
a cumulative +1.
Okay.
Have you got any gear that might be germane to this?
I was just
Apart
looking through my
apart
gear.
apart from the vibro.
Helmet scanner, med pack, stock offs. Nope. Nope. Nope.
No.
I think our person is Bilga's good at this. Like
Yeah.
this is all of this is Bilga related stuff.
Okay. So
Just a one. Here we
just
go.
+1. Oh,
Oh,
there's a
that is
4. And so we see it's rising painfully slowly, and then it stops. And you tinker
Imperial
again.
design.
And yeah, you remember what it was like inside those suits they put you in.
Yeah.
And so it's stuttering up, and Bilga is saying, you're getting close now, Bilga. You're loitering, waiting for the kind of signal, come get us. And Keel, that stim pack brings him back for 10 minutes. That 10 minutes is edging closer. Yeah. And just like
Just
any,
just gonna have a little lay down over here. So you
Mhm.
guys, you just tell me when we get to the top, okay?
um, and so, Keel's eyes are fluttering closed again as this is jerking up to the top. Nivea, what do you do?
Um, let's do something a little bit dramatic. Normally elevators work with like a counterbalance. I'm going to, as Oryx is digging through stuff, I'm going to see if I can't find where that a panel, open a panel, and I'm going to try to shoot the counterbalance so that we just go straight up to the top.
Okay, that's great, but it will require you to climb onto the roof of the car.
Oh yeah, that sounds perfect.
So up on the roof of the car, and you can see the counterbalance, and it's kind
Hmm.
of jammed. You need to just get it to move. How do we see you
Yeah.
getting it to move? In
Um,
an uncontrolled way.
yeah. So I think I'm going to jump up to the top. I still have agility,
You
and
do.
I'm going to try to sever it. Kind of, I think I have a blade somewhere.
Yeah, vibro
Like,
dagger.
yeah. So I think I jump up and just start trying to cut through that cable.
Wow. Okay. So I think that this sounds like I go with savvy
Uh-huh.
or maybe actually even agility. Because
Okay.
we see you on the top of it, it's juddering up and down. So I think I go with agility, but it's gonna boil down to that mechanics one.
Okay. So that gives me a total of agility is 2, mechanics is 3, so that gives me a total of 3. That's only a 5. That's
Oh
snake eyes.
no. Yeah, well, when it says in sometimes give the players what they want,
Oh
what
yeah.
they think they want. And so we see and inside Oryx, it judders once and then begins to race towards the top. And on top of this, we can see Nivea looking up, and there is the top of the lift shaft approaching at speed. Nivea, what do you do?
Um, I attempt to get out of the way and jump back into the lift itself.
Let's see that acrobatics at work, shall we?
Oh
Can
yeah.
I help
Well, there is a task chain. What do you think you could do?
yank her down? Grab a body part and pull real
I,
hard?
I tell you what I'll let you do. I'll let you roll with strength, and we'll
Awesome.
apply that if that's helpful.
It's going to go terribly because I have a -2 in strength from my wounds. Here we go.
Is there a skill that's attached to that?
Uh,
I barely think it
Athletics
matters.
0. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Um,
It's
so
2.
so that's 2 versus is -6 as an effect. -6
I'm so
grants
sorry.
a -3 to the acrobatics
Okay.
because you're aiming to dive in, and suddenly there's this bloody man in the way.
Yep. Let me roll that. That's a 10.
Oh, dearie me. So you just, what do we see you do that gets you past this kind of gorilla underneath saying, I can help you, I can help you.
And I think what we see is I kind of snake around almost as if Oryx is a pole, trying to get down, but I end up on the floor of the lift itself because, it's moving up so fast. There's extra pressure
And
against the,
then
yeah.
bang, as you hit the top of the lift shaft, up, and then it drops down, and the door goes. It's open,
Yeah.
but not fully open. And you can hear creaking.
Oryx, open that door. And I'm going to start pulling
Yeah,
Keel towards it.
got it. Got it. I'll try to heft up
You should
Keel
cut it
up
open
to
with your
Keel.
lightsaber. That's what you should do. Yes.
Yeah, I'll try to pry that damn thing open.
I'm
Uh,
not going to make you roll for that because this you've already rolled enough kind of
yeah, please don't let the
difficulty.
dice decide here. Thank you.
No. This is too cruel a game for that. So I think the mechanics, your strength, it's not what it was, but you together, the pair of you, gosh, together you have a strength modifier of -5 between you. So, and then you're dragging Keel out onto the rooftop. And there are lights up and down. There are flyers hovering around a building, so you don't want them to know you're up here. And then what happens? Bilga?
Now, I know I don't have any piloting or avionics or anything, so
That's true. That's
I
true.
just want to point that out. Um, Bilga flies in. He as soon as he scanner or he detects that they've made it to the roof, he's gonna haul ass straight towards it. I think Bilga hasn't been like hovering nearby. He's kind of been doing laps because once he's got it going, he doesn't know how to slow down. He's like
Yes.
really not figured this out. And yes, now he's like, okay, there they are. Let's take it in and hope I can figure this out by the time I get there.
Okay, so yeah, I think in terms of figuring out, that's probably wisdom or control. I'll give you the option. Or maybe resourcefulness, savvy, take your pick, but I think they're all the same.
They're all 0, baby.
And so 0 on that.
Yeah.
I think that's -3 for the
Okay.
unskilled approach, with a risk of something happening. Roll them bones.
Okay. Let me just hold on. It's been a minute, Let me get back into it. Let me just really. All right, here we go. It's going to be a big roll. It's going to be huge. It's going to be massive. It's a 4. It's really not massive.
One of those was a 6.
One of
One
them
of
was a
those was a
6.
6. I mean, goodness me. Well, I think that is going to cost the ship something.
Okay.
Let me see. Roll me 2d10. 2d12. Sorry,
2d10.
just no modifier for any ship damage.
2d12. I'm not sure I can
Sorry,
roll it using this.
2d6. Sorry, I'm
Okay.
getting excited.
Okay. You're getting excited. 8. Oh, good. Now I can
8.
roll.
Okay. Cargo. I think that whatever you had in the cargo hold is wasted. I don't think you have anything
Okay.
in the cargo hold, but the cargo hold takes a nasty knock as you
Yeah.
just come in,
How
on the
about
tail.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how about we can't get cargo until we fix that. Like we've
Yes,
knocked a hole into it, so it might have been
yes,
empty. We didn't lose anything now, but we've lost the potential for work until we figure that out.
I think that's cool. But yeah,
That's actually I bring it in. Like I drift in the tail end. I smash the cargo hold onto the roof, and that's how you guys can get in. I don't have the entry ramp down. It's just there's a big hole in the cargo hold that you guys can hop into. Hey,
then
I'm up here. Are you guys here? Are you here?
Let's
Um,
go.
what do we see is the ship, the undercarriage was deployed at the front but not at the back, and so it comes in on the tail. We see it screeching across this kind of football field sized top of the building, sparks flying, and maybe some fire from the ground 8 floors below, and they're probably scrambling X-wings as we speak. What do we see? Keel, you've been very quiet for obvious reasons, but I want you to describe your rescue.
I think it is that my rescue is kind of me getting dumped off to the side as they're running to take stations, and then me going, okay, where's the med bay? And kind of crawl, lifting myself to dump myself onto a table and strap myself in.
Fine, fine. Um, uh, Nivea, what do you do when you get to the bridge?
I think as I'm headed towards the bridge, the ship is still kind of moving around, so I'm hitting the sides of the tunnel as I get up there, and I'm like, what did you do? You smashed the whole cargo hold. Um, get out, get out.
Whoa, what did I do? What did I do? What did you do? Look at Keel. What happened?
And then, because you rolled so well on the way up, guys, we look out the front of the bridge and we see the edge of the building approaching at pace.
Niv, we got to get out of there.
Yeah. So I'm going to. Everybody's on. I'm going to hop in and try and get us out.
Okay, so let's have you make a piloting roll, see how dramatic this looks.
Piloting
Agility,
plus. Okay.
piloting and agility.
Okay. That's a 9.
Ooh, kind of, and you're away. And I think in the distance we'll see some X-wings that have been scrambled from the military base, acres away, miles away on the edge of this Imperial base, the little corner that they've maintained as a landing zone for their own military, zooming after you. But I think I'm going to let you find hyperspace. Um, but all I need to know is where you're heading. Um, you're on Travnin. You know that Lady Wixana was en route to Shasharil last time you looked. Um,
We
It
need
feels like
a
we got to lay low somewhere for a
lay
minute, huh?
low,
Like,
lay low. Yeah.
so am I assuming that this is, you know, I don't know, Haskin is off the beaten track up there? Low population, tainted atmosphere, uh, crystal forests, islands and archipelago. There's only 9,000 people there. If you should be able to lay low on that planet.
I worry that the tech is too low level. It's listed as primitive to repair the ship.
Yeah, the starport is C, routine maintenance. So,
Okay, yeah, I
Uh,
don't.
let's go a
Does this
little
seem like
further.
routine maintenance? um,
Oh, what's next on the list?
so if not Haskin, what about Quokra? That's one jump away.
I like it. It's got 2 syllables.
Coming in and out of drugged sleep. Oh gosh, that's even worse. That's a frontier starport. What about Adalon? Been there, done that. Um, Caridef, been there, done that. Mistra, Mistra, B, good.
Rich, you're
Um,
muted.
Rich, were you going to
Rich, you're
say
muted.
something?
Yeah.
Oh, here I've been just participating in the conversation and now I'll actually actively in a way that you can hear me. Yeah, mister, I know somebody there.
No
good
brainer.
enough for me.
Okay. Uh,
Surely they can help with the hole in the keel, the hole in the hole and the hole in keel.
because yeah, I think we probably see a kind of where the atmospheric integrity is being maintained at the back of the ship temporarily. Damage control. So yeah, Mistra would seem good. It's a corporate oligarchy. Everything is kind of run by the Minos-Mestra uh, company corporation, and yeah, we've got a couple of relationships there, haven't we? It's always a good chance to pick up on sharing the relationship map. So Oryx has a contact called Lieta Jasoni, who's a labor organizer on Mistra, or in the system.
Hmm.
And oh, there's that corporate payroll, Bilga, that
Yeah,
you have
yeah.
some clues about.
It was the treasure I got from an early life path thing was a corporate payroll that was related to Mistra, presumably one of the corporations that are based there. Um, I don't think we quite examined what that is, so maybe we
No,
just need to dig in a little bit into like what does that mean to be a
exactly.
treasurer? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah, cool.
I think the way I pitched it at the time was infinite information that might allow a corporate payroll to be interfered with, um,
Got
obtained.
it. Yeah, okay.
I don't want to use the stolen word.
Yeah, we don't like that word. We
No,
repurposed.
no.
Uh,
But I think. Oh, I seem to have frozen. That doesn't look. Oh, there we. Did I freeze for a moment then?
I not that I noticed.
Okay,
not for
okay.
me.
So let's talk about what you've spent money on. What have you had done while the rest of the crew were busy planning this heist?
Yeah, I did the I decided to uprate the drive.
Okay,
It's
so
only 100K. We had 56K, so it puts us 44K in debt, which hey, it's
hey,
not great,
that's
but
nothing.
it gives us a free thrust, and I feel like we always need thrust, and thrust being 20 power points. I was considering the power thing, but it's only 10% increase. So I was like, well, if this frees up a thrust, it's like getting 20 extra power points. I don't
Um,
know. I did some math.
hey, so my question is, um, how do you pay for the bills when you're asked to berth at Mistra? Because I think the berth cost there is 4,000.
I think I look for as we're coming in. I look for any ships that are leaving or getting their berthing. Like, oh, it's hey, we're opening it up, and I want to try and slice in before it gets given to somebody else, and just
Oh,
like, oh, we're on their tab, and it's still open
okay.
for a few days.
Okay. I'm going to make the difficulty on that 10,
Okay, all right,
just so you know. Um,
that's fine.
okay. Let's see if you can hack the berth system to show that you are, everything be fine.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm throwing a programming. It's a 3.
I
I
think it's
don't have.
probably savvy because it's on the hoof.
Yeah.
It's not like
All right.
something you've been working on for a long time. Do it.
Okay. So it's just +3. I got an 8. Oh,
So -2. I think I need you to roll a streetwise as the far end of that chain. -2 gives us -2 on a streetwise to see whether anyone noticed.
okay. So my streetwise is 1. So that -2 brings it down to a -1. Is that correct?
It does. It does.
Okay.
And it's not strength, so it's a 0 on the attribute.
That's right. Some I have the worst stats alive. I love it. All right. -1. I got this one though. It's coming back for me. I can feel it. Nope. 5.
Um, this is the Minos-Mestra Corporation. We've uh, we've found some intrusion software run from your ship. Please come to full stop and prepare to be voted by corporate security.
Hey, Anivia. I don't know if you just got a message from them. I don't know what they're talking about. Uh,
So, do you stay or do you jump?
Oh, we have to stay.
Um, if the if
What do we have that will get us in trouble?
the fact that you have tried to break the law, you have broken the law. He tried to hack the payment system.
Right. But I don't know that. And
Well,
I don't
I
know that
mean,
we have any system. I know
Bilga's
Bilga.
Bilga's on the
Yeah.
bridge, and
Okay.
you get this message saying, you've tried to hack our corporate system. Come to a full stop, prepare to be boarded, and you see a couple of corporate, probably, why not? There's a lot of them about war surplus TIE fighters and
I can't
and
believe I forgot we had money ourselves. I'm so stupid. I forgot people had money on their individual characters. I thought oh man. Sorry guys. Oops.
No, no,
Yeah.
no. I'm just going to lean over and I'm going to say, Bilga, delete whatever you just did. And then I'm going to go back and say, we're sorry, we'll comply. Um, and they can board us.
now, Oryx, you know something about Minos-Mestra from your
Yeah.
contact, don't you?
How
Mine,
much is the bribe going to be is what I want to know.
okay, it is going to be significant because this is the kind of thing that could
When
get
you
a
say
ship impounded.
significant, how much is significant?
I think we're talking about thousands rather than hundreds.
How many thousands?
Well, I think that depends how things go. It's going to be at least the cost because you're going to have to pay for the berthing now at 4K. So it's going to be on top of that to ignore the unfortunate accidental broadcast you made.
You got to understand, sometimes these things are left on. We just made a hell of a jump. You see, there's a big hole in our hull. Our sensors are kind of on the
I'm going to
fritz,
go back to
honestly.
sleep now. Here's my credit card. Here's 20,000 credits.
So if
I
I
want to be in a nice bed when I wake up and then I go out.
Okay, so you want to add 20 credits to your ship fund contribution,
Yep.
meaning that you have currently plowed 64,000 into the funds, leaving you with about 20. We are running down our rich person very swiftly, and that means that you should now have. Oh, hang
I
on.
just took my credits down from
Yeah,
20,085 to
no,
85.
no, I've done that. I've done that.
Oh,
You had 44.
oh,
Yeah, you would. I've put more across. It's okay.
okay.
So crew contribution has added to that. Um, you had 44,000. You've now got, in theory, at least uh, 20,000 of available funding. Yeah, that you've just received into the crew pot from Kiel. And I think we probably cut to the four of you in the office of the Minos-Mestra, or maybe Kiel is maybe Kiel's not that. The three of you in the administrator's office, where he's kind of putting the security guys who marched you here outside. He said, "So this is a very serious incident, gentlemen. You have, and he pulls it up on his screen and it shows you, and it says, the infringement of Minos-Mestra Corporation, local rules and laws, blah, 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 not notifying us of your arrival, not contacting for a standard berthing, broadcasting intrusion software into our system. It's a long list, and so I think all I can do in the short term is to impound the ship and start your tab for berthing costs while this goes through corporate legal.
Or, or perhaps we just make a contribution to expedite all of this activity and give you our solemn promise that it was a mistake and won't happen again.
Um, I think that I'm probably, if you wanted to do some groundwork, that sounds like streetwise. How do you bribe someone in this situation? And then negotiation about how much it's going to be.
Sure.
So how do you want to split that around the three of you in the room with him?
Let's see who's best
Who's
at
best placed
things.
to kind of work out how best to make an offer that isn't an offer, but he knows it's an offer? And I think it
As
is.
per usual, I think the best person for that is Keel, who is sleeping one off, right?
So I'm looking at probably control or savvy as the basis of this, which all of you are a little low on. Though I tell you what, let's just do a bit of time past healing here, because naturally physical damage recovers at 1d plus con DM points per day of rest. So I think you've had the thick end of a day by the time you get to this point. So let's start with Keel. Natural healing 1d plus con DM, which will not be a lot.
First die, -1.
Okay.
That is 0.
Okay. No recovery, natural healing. What about Nivea? Just in case this might alter some of your potential possibilities.
So my con is a -3.
Okay. One
Um,
dice,
and
-3.
I'll take the first die. Oh, I got 2 points back.
Where are you going to put them?
Oh, ain't gone.
Okay. Let's come to Oryx. Um, what's your current con DM?
-3.
Okay. 1d -3.
1.
1. Okay. Where are you going to put it?
Put it in con.
Yeah. It's a good icon is the first thing that it gets taken off by damage, and it's probably the best thing to top up first. So, does that make any difference in terms of streetwise with con or savvy? Who's going to do the groundwork? If you want to do it that way, or you can go straight to negotiation. I don't want to force a task chain on you if you don't want it.
I
Do
think
you
Neve and Oryx are about equal at this. And Oryx started off, so I can take it.
Go on.
And also with the streetwise, can he reach out to his contact for some help
Oh,
here?
that's interesting. Yes. Yes. For that, I will reduce the target to 6.
Okay.
You know,
That sounds
with that,
fantastic.
can I just talk? I think we're owed a call to my lawyer, so you can reach out to her. Yes, good plan.
I got someone who can help me here, so I'd like to reach out to them.
Yeah, fine. So you can target for streetwise is 6, not 8.
Okay. Then let's so streetwise is a 1, savvy is a 0, and I have rolled a 6.
Lieta comes under and says, who are you talking to? What's his name?
I'll feed
Give him a
the
name.
name of the
He
yeah,
says,
the
yeah, okay. No, he would definitely take something. But
how do I offer it without,
it it
pissing him off?
it may not be cheap, but I think if you have if you put to him the idea that maybe, you could make it, tell you what, tell him that you want to put it in the corporate executive beneficiary scheme. Yeah.
Yeah,
And that way he'll know what you're talking about
all right.
because there
It's
isn't such a scheme.
I see. Ah, word to the eyes. It's great, Leota.
Okay. So you've got her on side. You can make the approach. It's now just down to how much it's going to cost you.
Yeah.
So negotiation is where this kicks in, I think.
Yeah, I'd love for somebody else to negotiate.
Well, I think that's either Bilga or Nivea. And it's, again, I think it's savvy or control.
So I have a 1 in negotiation, so let me do it. And I'll use savvy.
Okay.
And what we're doing here is we're trying to negotiate a price. Is that right?
Yep, yep. And
Okay.
the effect of this relative to 8 will be the plus or minus on a 2d6
So
thousand
that's a
roll.
10.
Oh, right. So that is a success. That is success by 2, which means it is 2d6 minus 2. I'll roll that because in this game, the GM gets to roll some dice sometimes.
Eh,
That is 8k. So 8k plus the 4k birthing, that is 12k. So I'm going to take 12k away from available cash, leaving the crew kitty with 8k in it. Yeah. And we see you shaking hands, and he says, and I will make sure that that goes into the Widows and Orphans Fund.
Good. Good. That's exactly what I want.
Now you are physically in a mess. The ship's in a mess. Um, you can get medical treatment here if you want it. Yeah, Keel, is propped up, in a
I
bunk with various
Definitely.
sensors.
He thought
I
he was
feel like
going to
we
pay
need it.
20 and we only paid 8. That's 12 that he'd already paid. That it's just basically free money to the medical treatment for him.
So, uh, so how do you want to come at this? Do you want this slow and steady for the next few weeks that we can just screen wipe to, or do you want this to be swift? Keel, what are you thinking? Because most of the money is yours.
All of it.
that hurt. I would like slow and steady, please.
Okay, so we're looking at um, right, savvy, wisdom, anything of that kind will now be recovering 1 point per day. But I think all of you have got physical damage rather than any emotional harm, haven't you? Yeah, okay.
Mm.
So this is 1d plus con, plus con DM. So Keel, what is your current con DM?
-1.
Roll a d6, and I will just mark off days.
First die. 3 back.
Okay.
I will take my strength up to 3, which is max.
Well, the great thing about not having very high skills is you get back to normal really quickly. So,
Yeah, I got 9 points worth of agility I've got to deal with here.
okay, so that's day one. I'm going to keep with you, and then I'll go around the others across those same number of days.
Okay. Uh, 1 point back for agility.
2 days gone.
5 points back for agility. There's goes
Okay.
up to 6. Find the 6 in the drop down. There's some high numbers on the possible stats there that seem absurd to me.
They
But
do. Yeah, they are. They are.
2 points gets me real close. And lastly, what exactly?
1 point. So 5 days to play with. Let's go to Nivea. So you can do 5 rolls one after another. Um, D6 currently -2.
Right. And I'll take my first die.
Yep.
So that's a 1 point. I'm going to put that into control.
Yep.
Okay. Day 2, that is 0. Day 3 is 3 points. I'm going to put
Okay.
that into control.
Okay.
Now I'm at -1. Okay. And next, 5 points. Okay. Um,
So
so,
takes control to max and
yeah.
overflows 4 points into strength, I think. Or do you want to put it into agility? I don't know.
I'm going to bring my agility up to max,
Okay.
and then add the remaining 2 points into strength. So
Okay.
I'm down 3 strength. How many days do I have left?
You have one left.
Okay. So let's roll that. And that's 2 points. That gets me to 5. And I
Okay.
think I'll stick at 5 unless Oryx needs more than,
Exactly.
yeah.
So Oryx, 5 rolls, D6 currently -2 for con,
Single D6, correct?
single D6.
Okay. First one says I got 4, so I got 4 points
Nice.
to
Yeah,
put back.
that'll make a
Just-
difference.
Okay, so I'm going to put 2 into con.
If you bump con up, it will reduce your negative modifier on the next D6 you're going to roll.
Right, I know. But it ticks over at 3, so
Ah, okay.
I was trying to be stingy,
I
but
see.
maybe I
Oh,
don't.
no, that's okay. That's no, as long as you
No,
spotted
I
that,
think
it's
I'll
fine.
go con all the way because it'll the next step will get me up to a 0. So I'll put all 4 into
Okay, day 2.
con. Okay, day 2. Here we go. Oh shoot, that should be a -1. So that is 3 points, and that will get my con all the way up at day 2.
There we go. Okay,
Day
day 3.
at a con mod of 0. Ah, pitiful 1. I'll use that
No
for
joy.
strength.
Oh, minimum is 1.
Okay, great. I rolled the minimum. Awesome. Proud me. That's day 3. Day 4
Day 4.
is 4 more points.
Okay.
Gets me up to a 7. And then day 5 is 4 more points. I am at full.
Okay. So, are we content with that? And we'll see what
I'm
else
content,
happens.
but I'm worried about Niv.
If minimum 1, Steven rolled and got a 0 for one of the days, so he
Then
should
he
have
should have
1
got 1.
extra.
Should have got 1.
And I think you're just down 1, so that brings you
Yeah,
square.
I think
Perfect.
that works for
Wait,
me.
why is your agility at a 2 then?
Oh,
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 I
I,
thought your
I
yeah.
agility.
added I added 2 to 13 and said that equals 2.
Yes, because I thought that was not as low
It
as
does
that.
not. Just
Yeah.
point out, Stephen doesn't.
There we go. Okay. So, so 5 days. Now, of course, Bilga has
Yeah.
been free for 5 days. Who
Yeah,
knows
Bilga's
what could
pretty
have
chill.
happened? So, Bilga, do you want to tell me how you used these 5 days?
Yes. Bilga is feeling pretty bad about the state his crew came back in, and that the hole's busted. He didn't do a good job of rescuing him, and then he immediately got us in trouble with the cops. So yeah, Bilga's like trying to kind of make himself small, and just really he's like picking up around the ship, putting aside from the big hole in it, he's doing the best he can to make sure everybody's comfortable, and that when they come back, it's like, hey, okay, everything's cool.
Okay.
He's just trying to make it nice. And hypothetically, if Bilga could hear about a job, he would certainly keep his ears out for a job so that he has something to offer
If
when
only
people
we had
come
a
back.
hole to put the job stuff in.
Well,
Yeah, I
maybe
mean,
it's not that kind of job. Maybe we're not trucking this time. Maybe we need to kill somebody. I don't know.
Bilga, have you got avionics?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, right. Okay. Because repairs, you could undertake repairs
Yeah.
using avionics. But if you've got none, then you'd be
Yeah.
rolling -3 to get a 6.
-3 to get a 6. I mean, I could do it. I've done it before. I have such great rolls, but not today, perhaps. Not today. Maybe next time. Maybe next time.
Okay. And really all that matters, well, actually, permanent critical hit repair requires avionics 8 plus con or whiz, but has a cost in spare parts dependent on the effect of the roll. So the critical hit to the cargo hold requires somebody to go to work on it.
Yeah.
Now it will cost twice that to get someone to do it for you, or we can just wait out that 5 days. Bilga, do you want to make a trade roll just to see whether you found anything across that 5 days?
Yeah, I will. I mean, I might as well. I'll be like keeping my ear to the ground, just kind of like, what's going on? Is there something out there that could be juicy, something worth our time?
Okay,
So why not?
Above board or black market?
Above board. Bilga's trying to be like, this job will have no problems, I swear.
Okay, so this is culture, plus savvy or presence.
Okay, culture is 0, so I'll take that, and then savvy presence is 0. So 0.
Looking for 8.
Looking for 8. Here it is. 4. Nope, nothing. Don't hear
Nothing.
anything.
Nothing. Okay. So that uses up our 5 days. What's the plan? Right. So, 5 days later comes up at the top of the screen, and that's the point at which we will take our first break. It is 6 minutes past. Shall we be back in our seats 1/4 past for this first one?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
So before we get on with the plot, I think we do need to repair the ship. Now, if you check out the ship combat tab, bottom right, repairs. A permanent critical hit repair requires avionics 8 plus con or wisdom. Only takes 1d hours, and all it's going to mean is you have to throw money at it. So I think probably our highest avionics is Oryx. I think Oryx is our supervising technician here. And I'm imagining some cut scenes where everyone's out kind of scavenging for parts, and and maybe Bilga is using his strength to hammer out some hull plating so it can be reattached. I don't know, but Oryx, the better this goes, the less it costs you. So it is avionics 8 plus with a con or wisdom modifier.
Okay. Avionics is a 2. And with a con, or what was the other? I'm sorry.
Con or whiz.
Yeah, I'll go con so that I'm just rolling with a +2 here, mod. Here we go.
Boxcars, let's go.
Huh? I got an 8.
8. So success with on 1 or less costs you 10,000 credits.
10K. Well, all right, we can get this thing up and running. It's going to be a bit of cred.
So you have 8k in the pot and a £44,000 debt. And given you've been here for a while, I'm going to see whether you get any views from whoever lent you that money, Bilga. So I'm using the Grimwild declining because I need to put debt back up to 8. And I will roll 8 dice. 1, 2s, and 3s, drop it. That's 2, no change. Oh, a pair of 4s, still no change. Oh, there's 1, so that's down to 7. And the final one is at 2. So debt is at 6. When it gets to 0, collection will be expected in some form.
Of course.
So, but it's 8k you've got in the pot. Where are you going to find another 2k, my friends?
So I have a question for you.
Go on.
How about if I can chip in the 2K,
Okay.
but how about if we pay a little bit more in order to see if we can, this is the cargo hold here, see if we can put in some hidden areas. Because we've been doing more and more black market stuff.
I mean, happily, you have what is called 11 personal stowage. So you have a small area for a 10 or 2 of slightly dodgy materials. If you were looking for small and valuable. There's also a cryo storage, in one of the cargo holds, so you could, tuck something away in there if you needed to.
Okay, that sounds good. So I'll contribute the extra 2.
Okay, so currently you have credit at 10k. I'm going to increase your contribution from 8k to 10k. Oh, lost it. To 10k. There we go. And that will mean that available cash is now 0.
Let's go on.
I was going to say, I was freaked out because my credit, my amount of my finances was like minus 14,000 K where I first looked at the beginning of this. I'm like, what happened? And it was the formula because I'd added in the heavy gun that we got from the Death Trooper, which is like 25K or something like that. And it all subtracted out. So I went in, that was worth one shot, and then it was empty. So I deleted that and got it all back. Yeah.
Fine.
So let's sit down, everybody, in the ship, and let's have a conversation.
I think that's reasonable.
I'm going to put, before we even start, the meta conversation is this session and two more, just to kind of give us a framework here.
Mhm.
I will also mention meta-wise, I'm out next week.
Okay.
Back for the finale.
So what I think, if I were, I think we figure out something to do that is for this session / next session that gives us an edge to what we want to do in the final session. And that means maybe getting some information, getting ourselves set up on Shisharl. I'm thinking something there. I think that's step one, because here is the deal. We have information, seriously unpleasant information and stuff that she needs. It is connecting her to the Empire, and it's also some stuff about Thrawn. And in particular, it is the location of this missing base. Now, we've got, I would say, but the idea is we want to get in to see her using that so that we can then steal the crystal.
Mm-hmm.
That is the plan. That's the big do. We've got I say I'm going to put this on the table, and I'm open to other ideas. One way I can see doing this is we go and take a little poke-see around this weapons facility and see what we can see there. If there's something we can get there that'll help us, that'd be great. That's one way to approach it, and then go and see her. The other way to approach it is go in quiet to Sisharl and do some legwork on the ground to get ready for whatever heist we want to do. Those are two approaches that I see right now, but I certainly don't think those are exhaustive.
In my mind's eye, our final session is some kind of confrontation with Wixana.
Mm.
She's the closest we have to a big bad, as far as we know. So that was in my mind for the finale. So you went looking on Travnin, where you've just been. You went looking for some juicy leverage, I think you called it, that could somehow help you with Wexana. You also have the final component for the Skystone, the final part. So, and I guess she's going to be interested in when you're going to deliver on your apparent contract, Keel.
Oh, the thing we're going to be playing at is we're still looking for the Sky Stone. And I think one of the things that we're going to be selling in that particular conversation is that we ran into what's his name?
Tarkin?
No,
No?
the bounty hunter
You're
guy.
Oh,
why
Yurkis.
Yeah,
you're
Yurkis, who we know is working with her, and say we're going to say we got chased off by Yurkis on a location that we went to. We're hoping to swing back there or try one of these other locations. But we did get this in the meantime because we thought it was a lead, because we want her and Yurkis to be at odds. So I think when we do go to contact her, we're going to say, hey, we don't have the third Skystone yet. Yurkis, this guy Yurkis, who you don't know anything about, I should tell you about, it, really smoked us hard, and we can show medical records and stuff because we got healing stuff. But we did get this other stuff. Well, we can't on open comms, but then I'll just say Thrawn and let her go.
Tarkin.
Tarkin, sorry, Tarkin. Say Tarkin. and let her go, ooh, and we'll come in on that note. That's my plan. But the question is,
How to get
like,
there?
to get there, assuming that we've got A, B, and C, what do we want to be doing for session A, the rest of today, and B, it's either Cisharo or it's checking out the weapon thing or something else.
I was gonna say, coming back into it, that since we're here on Mistra and we have a couple of ties to it, we could try and angle on those. My thought being, um, if we could make a score somehow, get flush with some creds, we could perhaps use that to hire some dudes for the potential heist on Sheshurl. The idea of having like we've paid off some distractions or we've paid off some guys who are just there to give us a way in a certain way. You can get a lot done with money, is Bilga's thought, and so maybe it's like if we can get one last score before we have to deal with that, that might help us get on better feet.
Oryx, what are you thinking? Or Rich, what are you thinking, actually?
Yeah. It's interesting. We have some connections to Mistra, but I don't feel like we have any like personal connections. I would be interested in pursuing the weapons plot a bit in case we get caught up in other things in the race to the end.
Did I say what the data you got out of Travnin? Did I specify where Hive Base was? Or did I just say
You
you
did
got
not. You said we have the coordinates.
Yes. Would you be interested to know that they are in the Mistra system?
Oh, that'd be fun.
Now, Mistra is
All
no
of nature sings to me. Look, guys, this is
Mistra is there is no world. There are approximately 100 trillion asteroids scattered across the Mistra system.
What are the odds?
Minos-Mestra are mining many of them, have mined out many of them, but that leaves an awful lot of rocks that fall within the volume of space that your coordinates give you. And of course, they've been moving for the last 20 years, so who knows? Anyway, not less than 20 years since Tarkin bit the dust. So that is on site. If you were interested in proceeding to search for Hive Base One,
let's go check it out.
Yeah.
This is
That
exciting.
sounds fun.
Yeah.
And I bet we can find some stuff that we can hawk without having to do like any negotiation for trade items and things like that. There's no outlay on that, Bilga. You're losing money not doing this.
Keel, you know how to speak to me. I'm in.
So yeah, what the galaxy says about the Tarkin Initiative, an elite Imperial think tank responsible for advanced weapons and technology R&D. One of the largest archives ever constructed, containing classified data recovered from groups like the Techno Union and all sorts of other people. So, and you have a chunk of the Mistra system in which to narrow your search down, if that's what you want to do. Yeah. So, with
Nivea, let's confirm. Nivea, are you good with this?
Yeah, I think we need to go find Hive Base One. I think it's important. The only thing I was thinking was we got we got hit pretty hard getting this information. Is there an option for me to go out and get another medic stim pack?
yeah,
Because that kind of
absolutely.
saved our bacon.
Yeah, no,
So I think I'd like to, yeah,
yeah, no sweat.
yeah.
And indeed anything else. I mean, any gear within reason, I think the law level here is pretty oppressive.
Just want a battery for my shield.
Okay,
Oh yeah.
yeah, Mistra, all weapons and anything armor protection of 3 or better. So really, it's just robes and jumpsuits is all that's allowed here. and, unarmed off the ship, because they do not want the workforce, to have access to weapons, because they're not great employers, as Laeta will have told you, Oryx. So,
Yeah.
I suppose what I'm looking for is what do we see in terms of beginning to explore this volume of space that the Travnin data gave you?
So the issue here is that we have the coordinates of Hive Base One, but they're
No,
old.
you've got a volume of space rather than the
Ah,
kind of crosshairs.
Let's do a preliminary fly around, see if we can pick up any data pings, spend a little money on fuel,
Mhm.
do an initial check, and let's just go and see what we can see.
Okay. It's probably time for 4,000 credits of ship maintenance while I think about it. So, who's in a position to tip that into the pot?
I
I'll
can
pay
do
it.
it.
Oh,
Oh,
you got it?
you've done a lot. I got it.
I step backwards. You go ahead.
Yeah, sure. All
Okay.
right.
4K so fine, you got all the resource you need to do a search.
How do we do that? In our
Okay,
thing?
okay. So, this seemed like a clever, good idea at the time. I will increase your ship fund contribution from
Wait, I think
8,000
you're on the wrong. Okay.
Oryx.
Sorry. It was
Yeah.
an anonymous Kiwi on Nivea's, but you are
Okay.
on mine.
So, 8K goes to 12K,
Okay.
which means that you have 200 credits left in the bank. We thank
Okay.
you
So
for your
that's
service.
what I have. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I am poor.
so I think we also, since we're going out, we also need a little bit of cover. So how about if we take on a mining contract to say, hey, we're going out to look in this area for some minerals, so we have a reason to be out scouting around.
Okay. What about a bit of leg work then? Because I'm curious what you can what you can find out about that volume of space before you even get there.
Huh.
Yeah. So, what kind of leg work might Keel be interested in doing?
A little streetwise, going and talking to miners,
Yeah.
hearing about roughnecks and people who are striking out
Yeah.
on things.
Yeah. So, streetwise savvy is probably the logical one.
That is what I would like.
Then you can have
Ooh, I
it.
get to put a mod in this and roll 2 dice. Uh, that is Nate.
Okay. Uh, it's a largely unexploited volume of space. It's way out at the far end. Mestra is the Minos-Mestra company is based around one of the larger asteroids, about halfway out from the star, and the volume you're looking at is way out there. And there's 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 some wildcatting goes on out there.
Huh?
Um, and um, there's rumors that out there in the asteroids there are pirates. Occasionally, an ore freighter gets jumped, and there's so many rocks out there, man.
Fair, fair.
Yeah, does that seem like a reasonable
Yeah, that
information?
gives us a thing, gives us a framework others can build on.
Anyone else want to have a go? What about Nivea?
Yeah, I think I'm going to talk to people to see about getting us a little bit of a contract, a little bit of an information for us to go out looking, for good mineral deposits out there.
Okay.
How about negotiation savvy?
Um, so what you're wanting to take a Minos-Mestra corporate contract to
I'm
survey?
wanting to. My fundamental reason is I want to give us cover for going out and looking.
Okay.
I don't think this is a contract where we would come back with material. This is where we have the rights to go out and do a search and come back with a claim.
Okay, you don't need that. You can just declare a wildcatter. Because
Perfect.
people go out there, they can't. But you know, as somebody says, when you go to talk to some administrator, he says, she says, but remember, uh, anything you find belongs to us. This entire system belongs to Minos-Mestra. Okay?
Yes.
You exploit a find, and we will hunt you to the end of the galaxy.
Okay. So once I get back to the ship, I'm going to lay that all out for Oryx and Keel and Bilga and basically say, okay, here's the deal. If we
Okay?
find Hive Base 1, the uh Mistra Corporation is going to believe that they own it.
Um,
Just to be clear.
Oryx, any legwork, any prep?
Go hit up Lieta. Hey, we're going to look in this area. What do you know about what's around here?
What are you going out there for? There's nothing there. It's just, you know, I mean, there's empty space with a bunch of rocks. Not even the company's much interested in that.
Well, you know, I may have heard some things about something out that way.
Yes. Something you might want to share with a friend, Oryx. I did
Possibly.
you a favor with the bribe.
It's got to stay between us, Lieta. Because I'll need some help. Of course, Mistra thinks they own it.
What, are you
Maybe
talking about
something.
some derelict or something out there?
Yeah, maybe some imp derelict out there, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what can I tell you, Oryx? You know, the union would welcome a voluntary contribution.
Well, I don't got much in the way of credit, so just
Well,
pay for the
no.
berth.
Just, you know, if you know, if you make a strike out there and you can get away with it, you've got my contact details.
Yeah, yeah. And if we make a strike and we need to make sure Mistra doesn't get its scrubby hands on it for a piece, you'll help us?
Um, that's a hypothetical that I would happily talk about at the time, okay? Because she's a contact, not an ally.
I know.
Yeah. So I think
That's
that
fair.
she's a means to an end rather than a guarantee. Um, Bilga, what about you?
Um, the only thing I kind of been mulling over is I kind of feel maybe if there's a way that to kind of wrap up this treasure that I have here, right? This payroll thing. Is there a way to trade that for information um about this hive base? Is there some
Oh,
spots where people in this sector are talking about it, they know about it? Like some people have found it and been like, yeah, but I've been able to get into it via these access codes.
okay.
That I can just make an info swap is kind of what I'm wondering.
Yeah. I think that I would let you roll streetwise, and I would reduce the difficulty to 6 if you were offering up the details that you have of the way that Minos Mistra organizes its payroll arrangements, you know, and maybe access to some codes that might allow someone at some point to usefully blah 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 blah. So
Exactly.
yeah, I think roll with streetwise,
All right.
savvy or presence.
All right. So I'm doing a +1, and you said the success is going to be on a 6 now.
It is.
Okay, there we go. Big money, big money. A 6 on the dot. Hey, hey, hey.
Wow. Um, so your access to that potential treasure is gone. Um, but they are able to identify a much narrower area of that volume of space you were interested in, which is where they think the pirate activity is located. Because
Okay.
there have been a number of deep system probes and other things that have gone missing out there.
Okay. All right. Cool. So yeah, I relay that to the team. It's pirates. We're going to be dealing with pirates.
Yeah. So Keel, what do you do with that information? Because you look like you're going to do something.
Are you sure it's pirates, or maybe they're running into the automated defenses of a horrible Imperial munitions base? It could be that, or it could be both, Bilga.
Yeah, I mean, it could be both. I think it seems. Listen, this is just the chatter I'm hearing, So do with it what you will. I just think, we should go in with knowing a little bit, and I'm just trying to. I'm just trying to. I gave up a pretty valuable piece of information for this. So I just don't think we should. Yeah,
You gave up something for the greater good. Is that what you just said to me?
no, no, not for the greater good, for the greater us.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. You say that as if a chunk of money didn't fly out of my pocket just a little while ago because somebody
No, hey,
hacked
listen,
the system of this planet when we
I
didn't need to.
I recognize the error in those scans going on. I corrected that after it happened, and that's why I was so forthcoming with what I did here. I just wanted you to know, Keel, I appreciate what all of you have done for the twist and all of us on board. I just want to make sure you guys know I'm pulling my own weight. I know I don't have the credits that you guys have.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit,
Here's the thing.
I'm not so liquid,
You
but I got stuff.
you narrowed things down for us. You narrowed things down for us. That was awesome. So I think now we go out, we do a little recon, check out the area, fly around a little bit, come back and go, whew, we didn't find anything or whatnot, or maybe we spot some things. I think we boldly strike out into the void, my friends.
But be
Screen
prepared for
wipe.
pirates. Yes.
But be
Screen
prepared for
wipe
buyers. Yeah.
to the twist. Heading out, and just this sense of just rocks as far as the eye can see, as big rocks, little rocks, and you're kind of just making your way between them, heading to this volume of space. And then I think I probably want to go to whoever's running avionics to see what sensors are going to tell us. I think this is probably wisdom or control with avionics as the driver.
I have a 1 in that.
Got to.
Then you are twice as good as me.
So,
In this.
wisdom or control? Is this
Yes, con.
concentration, or is this just no, I've been up all night running this. Go for it. Roll +2.
Here we go. 8.
Success. There are several energy spikes out there they're very faint, and it's like something's just running quiet. Silent running.
Tap the little bubble screen a couple times. Getting faint energy signature. Niv, let's see if we can head on this heading here. It's like something's running quiet.
Let's approach it as if it is one of those pirates that Bilga's told us about, and make as if that we don't know it's there, and slip on by and see if we can't. I mean, if it's Pike Base 1, then
Well, if
that's
it's
great.
pirates, they're going to come out after us when we get close.
Right. So we want to keep our distance so we're safe and see if we can't get a better read on them.
I have a question for you, and this is I'm doing it again. I'm going to apologize right now. Very sorry. Again, lack of understanding. So, can you sense life with the Force?
Sometimes, but not very far.
Okay.
Like just 100 feet, something like that. Sometimes I just get lucky.
Okay.
Yeah.
100 feet. What do you like? Have you just tested it?
If I go to the back of the ship right now, can you feel me back in the back of the ship?
So basically, I might have gone into places that I shouldn't have been, and I could tell whenever people were around 80, 100 feet or so away,
I mean,
where they were coming for us.
I am prepared to let you try, of course, because the force flows through and around us all.
Okay.
Yeah? But I'm going to
Yeah.
increase the difficulty, right? So instead
Yeah.
of 100 feet, we go to 100 meters, which increases it to 6.
Okay.
Uh, if we get out to 1,000 meters, a kilometer, we're at +8. And then beyond that is a difficulty of 10.
So I'm crappy at this. I have a -1, but let's see how it goes. I think I spend points for this too.
Yeah, you do. You
Yes.
do.
Okay.
And I'm going to make you spend more points to
Yeah.
extend the range. Yeah. So
Yep.
I'm going to make you spend 3 for each
Okay.
for the increases.
So I'll roll it and then we'll see how much it costs. Okay.
Exactly so.
Um, oh, that's a 10 with my -1.
Look at that then. Um, there are between you and those energy signatures, you can't pin it down, and sensors are going to struggle because you're now, we are seeing you fly between these asteroids and rocks, and rocks are coming towards you, and the terrain is difficult. But between you and those kind of silent running energy signatures, you are picking up very, 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 very faint signs of life.
Ah,
Now, that could be because they're on the other side of an asteroid, so you can't see the energy signatures.
yeah. So, okay, look, here's the thing. I've got a feeling maybe the energy signals are really what we're looking for, or they're out there. But between us and them, there's some people that are hiding because that's where I do it. It's just a feeling. And Alan, that's 3 points that I should spend.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So you've got and those energy signatures came and went. Again, it could be that an asteroid has crossed in front of them. You've got no clear field of view, inverted commas here. So and Nivea, I got the sense that you were saying you were flying casual.
Yes.
Okay. So you're heading in the direction of those signatures, but just whistling quietly to yourself as you go. Um, is anyone in the turrets? I'm just curious, or are you going to wait for anything to happen?
I'll
Or
be
is
in the
there?
turrets. That's about the best the only thing I'm good at, really. So
Okay.
I'll already be there.
Oryx, I'm assuming you're in the co-pilot seat
Co-pilot
on
too. Yeah.
avionics, um, and monitoring those and those very faint signatures they come and they go and they come and they go, and so you're heading in that general direction,
Yeah.
um, and then two starfighters light up. They've been sitting quietly in the shade of a couple of asteroids behind you, um, and they zoom out at you. These are X-wings.
Oh shit.
Gee whizzery. So X-wings bring us
There's no reason for New Republics to be here.
absolutely
This is a
not.
corporate thing. We know these are bad dudes.
Well, and that's what's going through your mind when this is New Republic. Oh,
Liar.
so these are heavy fighters, 30 power plant. Um, they go from 0 to 60 in no time flat. Their thrust goes to 6. So I'm curious. You've got 80 to play with. On this occasion, I guess, are you reserving 20, 40 to run the jump drive, or are you going to just leave all 80 in the pot for thrust?
We also have one free thrust
You have
from
one
the
three
upgrade I did.
thrust. You have.
So I don't think we need to save this because I don't think we're going to jump out of an asteroid field.
Okay. So that to me says you have got a thrust of 4 to play with. Um, And that is where we will take our commercial break.
Nice.
Back in our seats on the hour.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got it.
Oh,
X.
slight confusion. Not X card, but X wings, rather than TIE fighters. Thank you. So yeah, these two TIE fighters have been just sat on the side of a
X-Wings.
jeez. Brain fart, brain fart, brain fart. Okay. These X-wings have been sat on the far
Whoa.
side of some asteroids, and as you fly casual past them, they pop up and chase. Now they were at close range. Their thrust is 6. They are going to deploy 3 of that to come up really quickly on you. Do you want to spend any of your 5 thrust, one extra for the enhanced drive? Do you want to spend any of that to extend the distance? If you spend one of those, you could keep the distance at short rather than adjacent.
So I think we expected this. We had an inkling that these people were coming.
Mhm.
I think the kind of thing I'd like to do is I'd like to put our gunners in a good position. So as they shoot out towards us, we're moving forward, they shoot out towards us. I'm going to make a maneuver, probably spend a thrust to put us behind them. So we're outside of their firing arc, but they're within ours.
Right. To undertake any one combat maneuver costs 1 thrust. You
Perfect.
can aid a nominated gunner, fair enough, or take evasive action, which dodges their incoming attack. So you've got 5 to play with. Do you want to spend anything on evasive action?
Let's do evasive action this round.
That leaves you with 4. What do you want to
Perfect.
spend that 4 on? 1 to aid dorsal gunner, 1 to aid ventral gunner.
Is this 5 thrusts per round?
5 thrust per round.
Okay, yes. So yes, 1 to aid each of the gunners. That's 2 left.
That leaves you 2, which means that you can keep a bit of distance between you and them if you want to.
Yeah,
Yeah?
that sounds perfect. Yeah.
Okay. So we are still at whatever range is close. Close. You're at close range, which is in range for both sets of weapons. But let's have you roll to see who has that advantageous position. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is start of every round, opposed piloting checks. Non-starter versus a starfighter is -2 to you. Every additional opponent -1, so it'll be -3. For every point of thrust reserved for combat maneuvers, which is 2. Yeah. So that's -1, -1 is your piloting check.
And this is agility plus piloting?
It is,
Okay.
which is like
So that's a
5.
13.
Oh, well, that's pretty good, isn't it? So that's 13 versus the best that they can manage is probably less than that because these are not the elite. Oh, wow. That is the 6, 7, 8. 8. So that's 8. 13 versus 8. That is an effect of 5 in the pot. So you have placed both your gunners in advantageous positions. Dorsal gunner keel.
Oh, I
Or not.
let's see who. Rich, you're also in the pilot seat to help out, or are you
I'm
gunner?
co-piloting, yes.
Okay. Well, I guess that I'm one of the 2 guns then, which is
Yeah.
not great. I'm not very good at this.
Well,
I'm
you know,
hoping that Bilga, when you take your shots, you're going to be awesome, right?
Yeah, I'm an ace. I'm a regular ace.
Okay.
so keel, your gunner is 0, so it's not -3.
Uh,
And it's agility.
well, that's still a 6 total.
Oh, wow. Right. Okay. So
Oh,
that's
I did it on Bilga's, sorry,
oh,
but still a 6 total.
okay. Oh, but doesn't oh, your agility is only +1. Sorry, I
That's
thought it
right.
was more than that. I thought it was more than that. Okay. So pew 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 as this TIE fighter is trying to, maneuver. You're on its tail. It can't fire at you. Bilga, gunnery,
Yep.
agility and gunnery.
Agility and gunnery. My gunnery is 0. My agility is 0. We're at an advantageous position, though, right? So we get a bonus of something.
Oh, that's true. Maybe I should have given that to every time I do this, I forget how it works. If you win, blah 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 blah. Yeah, you should have got a +2. And +1 if adjacent. You should have got a +3, Keel.
That'll be a 9 then.
Hit. Palpable hit. So you hit one, and Bilga, roll the dice.
Rolling the dice. A 13.
Look at you!
By +5. Okay, so let's go back to Keel for damage. Sorry, I as I say, I keep forgetting about this. So, roll weapon damage is on the sheet, on the twist sheet as 2 dice.
Okay, that's easy.
So 2 dice +1 for your effect.
So that's an 8.
8. They only have armor of 4, so 4 gets through. Gold 1, you hit it. Hull points go from 8 to 4. Unlike the TIE fighters, they don't just blow up.
Finish him.
Bilga, you're on gold 2, I think.
Yes.
So you are rolling 2 dice +5.
+5. Ooh, mama. All right. Big numbers, big numbers. 7. Dang. Double ones. That's tough.
Tough. So
That's a sacrifice at the altar of the dice gods.
Yeah.
It's also you roll better later. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm feeding them.
So-
I'm feeding them now. Yes.
So gold 2 is down to 4 points. Gold 1 is down to 5 points. And then they try to draw a bead on you, Nivea. Oryx, at the end of the round, you get to do something if you want to, if you haven't done anything else. Ship combat, end of round actions, leadership, command. You can have a plus effect to
Oh
piloting
yeah,
checks.
I could like encourage folks, give some
Yeah.
commands.
Yeah. 8+ with a plus or minus effect applied to any opposed piloting checks in the next round. So it command and presence, I guess.
Okay. Well, my command's a 0, so that's 1. Listen, focus fire on the one that Keel just nicked.
Oh, you got it. I figured I could take the
No,
other
no,
guy
5.
out, but you know.
So yeah.
5. Oh well, c'est la vie. C'est la vie. So then let's come back round to piloting check. Nivea, you are rolling this time +5 for the success from last time. So you were in a really good position last time. You have an extra bonus of +5, plus -1, +4, plus whatever your character sheet says.
Okay. That seems awfully high. So my piloting is 3, my agility is 3. So if it's 4 plus that, then it's 10 on top of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You outflew them out of this world last time.
So that's a 16.
Could have been better, must be said. 16. I will roll 2 dice +2. That's an 8. That is +8 for next time. You are just outflying these guys. What are we seeing here, Nivea? Because you've got asteroids, you've got all kinds of stuff going on.
So I think what we see is, we kind of expected where they were coming from in the last round, and I pulled back. They kind of overshot us. Then, as they kind of swooped around back, that's whenever Keel and Bilga started firing at them, and they kind of did evasive maneuvers as I slid closer to an asteroid, so they would have harder time getting a beat on us. Now, I'm going to basically swoop around and start spinning, so that to give both Keel and Bilga a chance to hit the same one.
Fine.
Yeah.
So Keel, let's start with you again.
Okay.
Gunnery is +3 plus whatever's on your sheet.
Okay. That is a 16.
Oh, mama.
That is the highest that I can roll.
I'm, that is +8 damage, plus
So,
2 dice.
okay. 14.
The 4 armor protection, that reduces damage, penetrating damage goes down to 10. Describe what happens to the X-Wing when you destroy it.
I think it is that Nivea has maneuvered it close up and essentially gets it like cutting it so close. We shouldn't be running this close to one another. And it is when we close that gap that almost we could reach out and touch that I just unload it in the back of it and it goes up.
Bilga, now the advice was to fire at that one, but then the advice was not very good. So that leaves you
It's
to fire
true.
at goal 2,
That's right.
which currently has 5 hull points left. What are you going to
All
do?
right. I'm firing at goal 2.
Go
I
for
get
it.
a +3 from the
You
maneuvers and all that.
do.
Nothing else. So here we go. 13. Pretty
Dirt.
damn good.
That is another +5 on that hit. So 5 plus 2 dice.
All right, here we go. Big money, big money, big money. 13 again. Whoa. 14, 14,
Whoa.
13, 13. Something's
I mean, part of me wants to see you wing it and have it crash into an asteroid, but I leave it to you.
I think what happens is Bilga, he's aiming for gold 1, and then it gets under the ship, so that keel's lined right up. So he starts spinning, and he sees gold 2 coming out of the side, and he just sprays. And we see laser bolts flying through. Three of the wings of the X-wing. A fourth, pieces start flying apart. It loses its stabilizer and spins out. And of course, what should finish it off? But a glorious asteroid just.
Yeah, explosions in space. Um, well, that's a relief. So you've still got that area where you think those power signatures are. Um, you're closing on it, Nivea. Are there any precautions being taken, or is this still fly casual?
So I think that it's slow down, raise the shield so that, the forward shield so that if anything hits us, it'll go off the shields.
Mhm.
And I think I think we need to go slow and ping it, basically, see if we can't get a better read on what's out there.
Yeah, yeah, right. Um, would you roll with the force, please,
Oh,
for
yes.
life detection? Um, this is only cost you 2 because
Okay.
you're much closer now.
So that's all I've got, is 2, but I'm gonna roll with it.
Okay.
Um, that's a 9.
Hey, cost you 2.
Yes.
Um, you are getting life lighting up a volume of space. Did you cross some kind of boundary? Um, but it's like a an area of life, or it's 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 not intelligent life. It's not sentient. There is something out here, a whole cloud of it.
Okay, guys, just so you know, we've got a lot of something out here. Something's alive out here. Something's alive out here. And but I'm not seeing any more ships on the radar right now. Uh, so something's weird. And I'm gonna keep sliding on in.
Oryx in the co-pilot seat. Any thoughts? Any?
See if I can get anything on the sensors. There's got to be information out here other than that
Let's have you roll
crazy
with the
magic
avionics.
wizard stuff.
Roll with avionics.
All right.
8 plus. Go for it.
Okay. Avionics plus savvy
Savvy
or
or con or wisdom, maybe.
yeah, I'll go savvy. 12.
Oh, okay. Um, there you are picking up organic material. It looks like a sphere of it, approximately a sphere of it. and it appears to be surrounding a single rock.
Check this out. I've got over comms to picking up some bioorganic material sphere around a rock.
So
Go
I'll
check
zoom
it.
in on that,
Yeah.
kind of slide in that direction.
Mm-hmm. And that's when there's a splat on the cockpit canopy. And a small, I would describe it as almost like a maggot impacts on the canopy and just splat. And then the two of you are still in the turrets, splat, splat. And they're difficult to see until they hit. But it appears that you're in a swarm of some kind of strange creature.
It looks like we're in a swarm of something weird.
This is gross.
So being spacers like we are, would we
Mhm.
recognize Minox or something like that?
I think this is probably some starship related skill here. So I'm looking at piloting, mechanics. None of you have got any science, have you? But I want to use that jack of all trades skill, Oryx. Yeah, I want to
Okay.
use that, and I want to relate that to the knowledge, natural, astronomy, biology, chemistry, ecology, genetics, geology, physics, etc.
Okay.
So I'd like you to roll wisdom at -2 for your jack of all trades, which reduces the -3 to -2.
Okay. My wisdom's a -1. So I'm rolling with a -3. Great. That is a 4.
That is a 4. You don't know what they are, but the kind of slimy mess they leave on the surface of the canopy, is that canopy getting kind of slightly hazy? And I think Keel or Bilga, that's when you say, we've been hit by a couple of those things, and there's like a kind of slightly kind of murky mark that seems to be maybe spreading.
We need to pull out of here fast.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
this thing melting? My screen? What's going on?
Let's back off.
Yes.
Let's back off.
So I'll do a full reverse. Yeah.
You never reverse a YT. And head away. And I think I will tell you that these creatures appear to be arranged. There appear to be there's a rock in the middle of the swarm, and you just contacted the edge of that swarm where the density was low, and they have abraded the outer surface. There is some acid damage to the outer surface where they've hit. Nothing critical, nothing even noticeable. They're kind of like, if you could get out there and flip the goo away, there'd just be a slightly kind of crosshatched area on the canopies. But there's a rock in the middle, and that's where that power signature was coming from. That's where silent running was.
So,
Is there any way we could angle the shields to punch through?
Well, that's an interesting question. Hey, just a moment. Sorry, something just come up. Bear with.
I'll say another
Still
option.
recording.
Okay. If we have a tractor beam, I'm looking at the ship. I'm not sure if we do, then we could shove like one of these asteroids in front of us to clear a path.
Mm-hmm. That's a good idea.
But I don't see. I don't know if we would have anything like that.
Sorry about that. Just a query about where the first aid box was. It's okay.
Oh,
That's
No,
always
no,
a
you're
little
okay.
alarming.
No, you're okay. No. These just needs a plaster. Yeah. So plans, approaches, thinking.
Angling the shields, perhaps. Niv had the idea of, do we have a tractor beam of any kind that we could tow something in front of us?
Oh, I think all of those are really interesting ideas. So I think I'm looking at avionics or piloting as almost a defense.
What is it?
Yeah.
yeah.
You're real good at piloting, Niv.
So I've got a piloting of 3.
Okay. So and then avionics would be the prep, the start of the chain link of the task chain, to either, you know, put something in front of you to act as a kind of ice breaker,
Hmm.
and or to maneuver the shields. Any thoughts? Keel, you are muted.
Assuming that this is clever, I have a 2 with avionics. I'm willing to make
Okay,
that roll, guys.
I think this is clever.
Sure.
Okay.
So let's start the task chain. Difficulty of 8. Which approach do you want to go with? Do you want to kind of use an asteroid, or do you want a tractor beam, or
What
do
do you
you?
want, Nivea?
Because what I was going to say is, if it's the tractor beam to keep it in place, some object in front of you, I might play that as agility.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Let's do that. Um, yeah.
All
Yeah,
right. Then I'm calculating that out.
getting a small but not too small rock and avionics
That's an 8.
success. Success on an 8. That success gives you +1 in the task chain. Does anyone want to try anything else? Because there was the put an object between us and it, but there was also, could we manipulate the shields?
I think we can do both, right?
You
Yeah.
can. So you've got a
S-
task chain of +1. So this is avionics. I think it's probably control or savvy.
Okay. Same
Uh,
for me. I'll do it.
and go with avionics to manipulate the shields with a +1 from you've got a starter for 10 here.
Okay, here we go. I've got a mod of 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's an 8.
It's an 8. It's another +1. So it doesn't get better, but it doesn't get worse. So Nivea is now piloting while Oryx tries to manipulate the shields, and Keel is working on the tractor beam. Bilga, is there anything you think you can do to help with this?
I don't think so. I think Bilga's skills are pretty much ground based, not space based.
They are.
So
I,
I think
I,
he's just
yeah,
white knuckling the turret if
I
in case
feel
he needs
bad
to.
that we've not used your bushcraft, but there you go.
It's all right.
There's may come a time. So, Nivea, you have a +1 going forward, with your piloting to try to get through this swarm to that rock.
Okay. So agility plus piloting +1 is
Yep.
going to be +7,
Wow.
and I got a 16.
Oh, well, that's good. So +16 is an effective 8, which means that any damage I might have been throwing at you, I'm not going to throw at you. So, do you let the rock go, Keel, or do you try to maintain a grip on it?
I think we'll try to maintain a grip on it, all right?
Okay,
In case we need to
okay,
use it later.
okay. So kind of move it into a kind of synchronous orbit motion with the rock that you're after that seems to be just dragging this swarm with it through space.
Yeah.
And when you were going through it to either side, it gets increasingly dense and then increasingly thin again. So it's weird. This is very strange stuff. And you put down on the asteroid where you see a an airlock. Now, part of me thinks that that's this session, that's this
Yeah.
episode.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, we could tinker
That's
about for 15
that's
minutes.
perfect.
So you are, we see you extend, the kind of docking connector to this, and roll credits. Swift stars and wishes, if we're available.
Yeah.
Rich, any stars, any wishes?
Yeah, stars. Really, I mentioned this in chat. I'm always amused at Cody's pre-dive roll chatter. How he's just like, can't fail. This is gonna be great. It sets up this tension of he's always such a dirty liar, and the dice hate him, and that amuses me. I appreciated some of the approaches that we took. I love your flexibility as a GM, in that we're like, oh, well, let's go this way. Oh, well, let's bring this in, and it's collaborative, and it doesn't like we had that big block of time where we all talked out of character to chart out the next few sessions, but generally we're doing things in character, which I prefer. And that's nice. And I also felt like it was appropriate to have that conversation. So star for Lowell saying, "Hey, let's pull back and make sure that we're charting out to take care of hitting all the beats that we want to in our not 4 sessions left, but unfortunately only 2, which will get me to 8, but that's fine. Wish there were 2 more to get me to 10. That's it. That's the only wish I have because I'm having a good time."
Thank you. Stephen, any stars, any wishes?
Yeah, I realized early on. So we saw a good mix of the mechanics here where we started out and we were all exactly the wrong person with exactly wrong skills to be rolling stuff. And we're like, this is really challenging, and it got us in a tight place. And then we were able to swap and do our, this is my specialty is flying, and your specialty is shooting and all that kind of stuff. And getting through that showed a difference between the two. But I realized as we were doing that, and this is kind of a wish, um, as we were doing that, I took less risks. I remember, so I played a lot of older, trad games, and the older games show, you really want to do just your thing. Whereas with newer games, I'm like, oh, I'm going to take risks because I know there's a safety net or there's something
Yeah.
underneath me. So it's interesting to go back to that and be like, oh no, we are practically dead here and there's nothing we can do about it. Um, and so I enjoyed, especially like Lowell's role play of the, I'm down and unconscious and I'm desperate for a healer. Um, the money kind of put a lot of that into perspective as well. Um, and I even, just to be honest, I really like Bilga's, oh no, I'm going to hack into the system and all that kind of stuff because it's exactly what we wanted was more debt and more tension. So yeah, good all around.
Yeah, no, I would star Cody for Bilga, just not thinking more widely, just saying I can do this for free. So,
Yeah.
Cody, any stars, any wishes?
Yeah, I start a big star to you, Alan, and everybody actually for the start of the session. For me missing one and then coming back and it's like I entered the room and everything's on fire. It was like a very fun, like, oh, it's bad. Like I don't think I realized that when people take damage, their stats go down. But Keel and Nivea are at 0. What's going on? So it was a very fun thing to come into. And I appreciated because I missed that session. I appreciated Alan the guidance of here's what's happened so far. Here's how I imagine these are going to be the beats. And I Rich mentioned this. I don't know if it was on recorder before, but the worry of I think we're gonna die, like this is really bad, and you saying no, I don't want you to die here, and being a little bit of giving us that safety net because I'm the same way, Stephen. I love playing risky. I love playing risky, and you cannot do that in traditional games if you don't want your character to die. Which I'm all in favor of. But anyways, so big star to that these stakes, but also being willing to say no to make this work. We'll get you there. Don't sweat it too much. Wishes, I hearing all of these skills that we don't have and that we have to rely on jack of all trades it was a delight. So I wish to see even more like skills that we have or don't have. And yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for more. Always excited for more.
Great. Lowell, any stars, any wishes?
Yeah, I like the healing stuff. I like that was good to see those mechanics out in play, and I really dug that. It was I was hot seeing Nivea like in the later part really leaning into what she could do, and getting a chance to really show off there. That was great. I like Rich handling getting the contact and then working that. That sequence was fun to watch, both of those interactions with that NPC. Uh, I love talking with Bilga. Like that is always just a joy to do those interactions and playing off one another. That bounce back and forth is great. Um, I like I like bleeding out money. Like that is without having to have a very fancy resource system. I love that we're we're getting forward, but man, we are running down that cash, which is great. Um, it is a game today. I think I was is the moment I was really cognizant that there is no advancement system.
Yeah,
That
no.
is that's one of those things that I think really makes a difference. Uh, not even a hey, can on this milestone you can shift these things around, like that would be, but there's none of that, and that's really interesting as a challenge as a player and in that design space. So, uh, yeah, wishes no, just enjoying it. I'm sorry Stephen isn't going to be here next time. But I hope you have a good time wherever you're at. And looking forward to it.
We'll leave Nivea on the ship, perhaps, for that. Yeah, stars from me. This is a kind of connecting episode. There was lots of stuff happened last time. We're hoping lots of stuff's going to happen next time, and so this was knitting together the plot. And I think it was a good idea to take that meta moment to just check in that we were on the same page in terms of where were we going and did we want to do on the way. So that was spot on. Thanks for that. Um, and yeah, I mean, I'm feeling that absence of character mechanical growth. We got to know the characters better. They're fleshed out. They're great. But yeah, eight. What are we, 7, 8 sessions in? I don't know what it is. We're a lot of sessions in now, and I'm thinking there should be a chance for these guys to realize where the gap is and say, okay, I'd like to swap X for Y. Um, it's tricky. It is what it is. And when Rich, you consider whether you want to do this for Star Wars Saturday, keep that in mind. So, wishes that we infiltrate High Base One next time, and we find some fascinating and horrible stuff. I will see you there. Oh, can I post this?
Yes, please.
Of course. Yes.
And I will aim to do that before the day that we play next. So
Okay.
I will see you next time. Stephen, enjoy next week, whatever you're doing, and thank you and good night.